I'm always the host person role, and now I'm being interviewed, or so this is great. I like podcasting because I'm getting to experience both sides of it. So this is awesome.
Got it. Got it. So, so now we on the topic of podcasting. Like, what is your podcast name? Like, just can you break it down a little bit for us?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about it. So my podcast called the Retro Rewind Podcast. We started it back in 2021.
Yeah.
The idea was kind of brainstormed in 2020 due to the fact that pandemic was going on, and everybody was in the house. So we try to capitalize on the opportunity to get more ears and more eyes on the show because everybody was inside. But things didn't come together fully in 2020. We had to brainstorm how it was going to work, and we launched our first episode in November of 2021. And the goal with the podcast, at least for me, because we're on season 2, but season 1 started in 2021. The goal for me was to kind of start a podcast where we can kind of get to know the community. So everybody that I've had on, we've had at least probably almost 40 guests over the last 2 years. And part of the idea is to have a conversation with them, let the community know more about them. I get to know more about them. A lot of these people that I talk with, I've talked to for the very first time, like actually like verbally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time is we talk in chat, but a lot of these people that are first time verbal, you know what I'm saying? So get to learn a little bit about them. They get to learn a little bit about me. The chat gets engaged because they get to ask the guest questions. And it's more of a spotlight. It's not about me. It's not about a specific topic. What does that person like to do? How did they get into Twitch? How did they get into gaming? And we kind of been going with there. So we've had season 1, had about 20 guests, 22 guests. We're in season 2 right now, which launched in the end of 2022, and we expanded in 2023. And it's the same thing. It's more like we have so many people come to the channel. So many people want to be on. And I like to have conversations with people. I like to learn people. And so that's basically what it's about as of right now. That my intention was to kind of give spotlight to people who don't normally get that kind of spotlight with their channels. To bring, not that I'm a huge channel, but I try to give them a little bit extra spotlight to say what they got to say, and just get talk about the non-gaming side per se, like your real life, growing up, childhood experiences. What did you want to be when you grew up? The childhood dream. What are you doing now? What are you working on in the future? So it's kind of getting to know people, and it's just a whole community thing. So it's great.
You know what? That sounds very, very similar to my story, man. Like the why you're doing it. That's very, very similar to my story when I got into podcasting, because I wanted to get rid of that stigmatism that we are, or the notion that all we are is just dumb gamers and we're wasting our time. So I wanted especially with Call of Duty, like outside of the Call of Duty community, if you're looking at someone that doesn't play video games at all, they think you a fucking weirdo, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to pull the veil back a little bit, to show a little something, because a lot of people like us, we are multi-talented, we are skilled at a lot of stuff, right? And we might not be millionaires, but we're self-taught to do a lot of stuff, especially in the digital space, and that's going to be very, very, very valuable, like in the near future. It's been like these skills that we picking up with editing, communicating, mass communication, live streaming, all of this stuff that we think that's like we take for granted because we know how to do it. That's big business out there in the real world. Like a lot of people don't know how to do this stuff. But
and my role with podcasting is to create those partnerships. You'd be surprised how many times I get a guest on and they sharing some of the skill sets that they have, and somebody else in the chat like, oh damn, you know how to do that?
Yeah.
We should work together. You know what I'm saying? Or damn, you know how to do that? I'm working towards it. I'm not as proficient as you are, but shit, you sound like you are a professional. Let's work together. And so that's my role as a host, is to kind of bring those partnerships and collaboration together, because like you said, the backstory matters just as much. We all, I'm interviewing the Twitch community, so we all know to some extent you like games, but let's learn a little bit more about you. What are you behind the scenes? What else do you do what other skill sets do you have? other than just gaming, you know. And so
Yeah.
the backstory to me, the backstory matters probably more than anything, because to me, yes, I am a gamer, but me, I don't call myself a streamer. I'm an entertainer. I'm everything. I'm not just a gamer, because I like to do a multitude of things.